3, 2, 1, go.
Hi, I'm Mijke from Austria, Europe, and I'm on my mission to smash stereotypes.
And I'm Banks Helfrich from Florida, United States, and I'm here to attempt to answer your questions. Woo, the music plays through. All right.
All right.
We're back. Hey.
Hello.
Mijke, hey, good to see you again. What do you have, a Chinese shirt on this time? Chinese? Look at that. Wow.
Oh, it's a Spanish label, but they have so many fancy stuff, and it's already some years ago, but I did this one time a year. I flew to Barcelona and bought the whole shop, and next year again. So from this label, I have really a lot.
All right. Do we have a question? We have a question?
We have a question. That is for you, I think.
All right.
It's from a lady.
All right.
And she sends us hugs. And yeah, she doesn't want to. I think her English is perfect, so I think she is from your side of the ocean. But she asked us not to mention her name, but we can tell her, or we can call her Lovely Lady, I think. So.
All right.
She starts wonderful. I love that. Everyone is like a gemstone. We each have facets of different things that make us us. One of my facets is that I am a super romantic person. I love romance, and romance is one of my values. Is it possible to teach my partner about romance if it doesn't come naturally to him?
Oh, wow.
Big hugs, lovely lady.
All right.
You start with that, Banks. Is it possible?
Oh my God. Okay, I'll see if I can do this. Is it possible to change somebody's romantic aperture, I guess?
Teach softly. I think this lady does not want to change anybody, but softly teaching, I think. So.
Okay, softly teaching.
In the right direction.
Okay. Let me see if I can jump into this. How do you softly teach someone? Oh, wow. This is a tough one for me. Lovely lady, thank you so much for sending us your question. We will do the best we can. At least I will do the best I can. So how do you softly teach your partner romance? Okay, I'm a filmmaker. I suggest you go films first, okay? I don't know if he likes romantic comedies or romance films. Show him one that has a very strong leading man in it, maybe that he can relate to, or not. Maybe he's just not that into that kind of romance, or he doesn't like films. Hopefully he does like films. So I would suggest films. So romantic comedies, I would say something like Sleepless in Seattle. I would say something like Italian for Beginners, which is a great film. I know that we don't have them as sponsors. Maybe we should have them as sponsors. Or Jump Tomorrow. That's a good romantic comedy. So that's one thing. So that he can see in films the way romance happens. Okay. I would also suggest books, some books that you might like. I don't know if it has to be romance novels, but books that are about romance. I guess that would be romance novels. Boy, you put me on the spot here, didn't you, Mike? So I would start there, and I'm going to send it on over to Mijke right now and let her take it from here. Mijke?
That's a tough one for me. She writes, it is one of her top values. Romance is really high in her life, and for me, I love romance, but I don't have it in my value ranking. So I have I think, a more rational value ranking. Like respect is my top, and we discussed it already in the first season, and I love romance, but it must come naturally. So for me, it is nature. When I walk out in nature, it's also the always the sunrise, the sunset. That is romance for me, because it makes us so awe and so stunning and so it's so fascinating. And for me, this gives a space so where your rational thinking steps back or is quiet, and you are more into emotions. And for me, it is also seagulls at the beach. I find them so romantic. I don't know why. Even they poop so much and they are so noisy, but when they fly, it also flying, and I cry when I see a flight show. So when I see the planes in the air with all that colorful smoke or what it is, and what they shoot out when they do their maneuvers, and then there's the music on the ground. There's this epic sounds, and you look up, and those planes play together, and they always go up and loop and do this hard. And for me, it's also like, I cry so much when I see that. Even with the models, with the tiny little ones, they do it. We have a little airport here in this area, and once a year they have this festival, and I'm always there for 2 or 3 days. It's the airfield. It's grass. It's very simple, but I always have 2 or 3 packages of I don't know how it is called, when you sneeze, the
Tissues. It's tissues.
tissues. I always have them in my handbag, because I know when I see these shows, every show, I cry so much, so my makeup is anywhere. And for me, that is romance. I'm very, very crazy, but I'm very romantic, but I think I'm not the classic way, not this Valentine's Day stuff, or this mugs with the hearts and the not this way, and not these songs. For me, it is some special moments, and maybe for the lovely lady, she has some of these special romance things that really open her heart, or where she's really into romance. So like I have a lot, but they you can't guess them. I have to tell, because nobody thinks when I see a crocodile in the jungle and with the mouth open, and a bird sits on it. It's also romance for me. I mean, with my romance, I really have to tell that I experienced this as a romantic moment, because I never met a man who had this in his mind that I will love that. So maybe for a lovely lady, she has some things where what she can explain, or maybe as you said, bring the loved one into the situation. And I would recommend explain a little bit before that it is very emotional for you, so that you go into an emotional state which is out of the daily life romantic state, I think.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
Micah, you said a couple things, and I want to add to it. And you're saying your partner doesn't know what you're romantic about unless you tell them. You like, airplanes with making hearts in the sky and the bird on top of the hippopotamus, those kind of things. I get it. And you bring up a point, and that is communication. So if the lovely lady wants romance, she has to communicate that. I'm saying to be as explicit as possible to your partner, to let him know, or her know. I don't know. Maybe it's him or her. Let them know you want. I want to hold hands. I want us to clasp hands. Like, if you have to be that specific. I want you to put your arm around me when we see a movie together. I want to make dinner and move our phones away and have us look in our eyes and talk about our days. I want us to go to an air show and listen to the music and watch it. And you bring the tissues instead of me bringing the tissues in my purse. I want you to, when I go to the zoo and I see something, I want you to be there to hold my hand so that I'm seeing this not alone, but I'm with someone. So communication is the key. Now, you also said something about you like nature, which is great, and you are naturally you said you are naturally romantic, which is the way you are, and I don't know if I'm going out on a limb. I feel that I see this more in women than I see it in men. I see women who are more romantically involved, and I could be wrong. I haven't done any studies. I'm only guessing this. And by you seeing nature and it's kind of natural to you. Hopefully, I'm not putting my foot in my mouth. I'm sure you'll tell me if I am. Um, um, the act of trying to change your partner, lovely lady, to make them change. I mean, they will change if they want to change. You're the one that's going to be doing more changing than them. And I'm going to come back to this right now, and that is communication is the key. There you go.
But it's also a problem for women. I think we often experience that we kill the romance when we talk about it. So for us, it should be some kind of surprising romance. I think there's a lot of that in society, and we are also educated to that we find experience that as romance. And I think there is a big block. So if you tell your partner this would be very act of romance for me, in the moment you tell, your romance feeling is gone already, because you're so rational to explain him what you like or what you want. So I think the partner should be tough enough to try some things and be not disappointed when maybe the little cactus isn't the right flower or something like that. Maybe it is, because I love cactia. So for me, the best present is cactia, but for another women, it is a rose or her favorite flower. It's different. Maybe you watch him, what he likes, and maybe you surprise him with something that is very emotional for him, so he gets a feeling that you are into that, and maybe he tries to give that back and watches you, or is aware of your emotional area where the romance is, and maybe he put some effort into that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's hard. It's a really because we women we expect, and therefore they made this Valentine's Day thing that's easy for the man, because everything is prefixed. You pick up the phone and say, yeah, flowers for my wife, and yeah, red, yeah, put a nice ribbon on it, and then she gets it delivered, and
Check.
thing
Yeah,
is done. But
I get it.
that's not romance anymore. I think women are women's romance and sex life is all about their fantasies, all about the story. It is not so much about an obstacle or an action. It's all about the thinking. And yeah, I think books. So, for example, Giacomo Casanova,
Oh yeah.
the famous Italian lover, he was so successful because he created a very unique story in each female brain, and then they were not jealous. All those 2,000 ladies were not jealous because he made every lady unique with her story, and she all the romance exists in it's a brain thing. And yeah, maybe you put him on this little bit, help him on this way.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
some good books, but Casanova is really good. Yeah.
All right. I don't know. Is lovely lady married to Casanova? I know Casanova was over 200 years ago or 300 years ago. Mijke, we are running out of time. I want to wrap this up real quickly. Two things. One, I love your idea of surprises. Yes, I love that on both sides. I'm not a big fan of surprises. I don't like surprise birthday parties. However, surprises inside the relationship is good. And also, when you say give him a little push or a shove or hit her, it is a dance that we are doing here. And lovely lady, you are in a dance with your partner to dance with him and show him what you like. You like to lead, or you like him to lead, or whatever it is. So I'm going to leave it like that. Mijke, I will see you next week. I can't wait. Please, everybody, subscribe. Yep, to our YouTube channel. We are getting up there in the numbers. And
thank you.
Yes, and also if you want to on Facebook, like our page. We are in triple digits. Let's put it that way. Triple digits. All right. Until next week. Season 2 still's going on. Bye-bye. Bye, Mijke. Bye, Nika.